Welcome to the Nerd Delegation, with some of the finest nerds on the planet. This is the place for game reviews, unboxings, let's plays, watch we rage, and many more. Nerd on.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Your boy Kel's here, the Nerd Delegation, featuring...
This is Shazam. Very nice to meet y'all.
We're going to be going over the Battlefield 1 open beta impressions, how we felt about it. It's going to be broken down in the gameplay, graphics, and the nerdic. This is not going to be too in-depth, but we're just going to have a general talk about it because there's another beta coming out shortly before the release date for the game. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's get it on. Now we're going to go over the gameplay for the open beta Battlefield 1. When you first played the game, Shazam, how did you feel about it? Like when you first played your first match?
Honestly, it kind of brought me back like to Battlefield 3. How I kind of like opened it up because Battlefield 3 is one of it's like my favorite out of the game. The whole feel of it was like, you know, it was very like reminiscent of the past Battlefield games, which I'm glad he did because it has a really good feel to it. In the whole World War I setting, in fact, in the time periods within World War I, I enjoyed it because I'm a big military history buff. And so I deeply enjoyed it. I love the environments and everything. And it was very interesting. Very interesting to kind of view yourself during that time.
I definitely agree with it. Like I was one of the people. I don't know if you were one of the people. I was waiting to hear about the Battlefield 1, and then once I heard it was like World War 1, they had that their live stream. Like, I seen it on Twitch, I was waiting for it, and once I heard World War 1, I was like, oh my god. Like, I came home from work, and I was waiting, because it was like 5 in the morning, and it was going on, and I was just like, so fucking hyped, like, oh shit. And I watched even the beta, I mean, not even the beta, no, the trailer for it, like, when they had it online, I watched that so many times, and they even played it twice, in the whole conference that they had. I was so hyped, and then, like, when I first actually played it, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I was just like, oh my god. Game looks so great.
Yeah, because I remember I saw this back in E3, and I think it was E3, it might have been later, but I completely lost it. I'm like, what? Is it a pass? World War I? Oh god, yes, I have to get this game because I love military history, and the fact that games like Call of Duty is going to the future, it's like, to be able to go to the past, World War I, it's like everything was like more simple. You know, it feels more boost to ground, you know, and it's definitely a breath of fresh air because everything seems to be so based on the future, you know. We don't really remember the past, and honestly, it works on another level because it introduces like younger players to the past because like, you know, a lot of people don't know about World War I or even World War II for that matter, and I feel that once you play like the campaign and play more of the game, you know, they'll kind of get an idea, say, hear what was like, you know, back during your grandparents' time when they went to war. You know, it was like much more simple. There wasn't all this high-tech technology we got today. You know, you had to be like kind of like more used to like old-fashioned stuff that we're not used to today.
Yeah, there was like World War I was just like experiment fucking warfare, like big-ass tanks, fucking airplanes, and fucking big-ass, what the hell is it? The damn big-ass blimp. Fucking, damn it.
What are you talking about?
The name of it. The big-ass blimp.
Oh,
they have in the game.
I'm the only blimp I remember, Heidenberg, something like that. Is that what it is? Because I
fucking forgot. Like things like that. It was just like, yo, we need to win this war. Trench warfare. Fucking shit was hectic. Fucking bayonets and all that other shit. And this is fucking.
Zeppelins. The
Zeppelins.
Yeah, the Zeppelins. Yeah, it was definitely very fun, you know. And honestly, I cannot wait for the next beta test because it's just like, oh god, it was so much fun. And to be able to like use old weapons, man, you know, it's like, okay, here's how it was. This is how people today got their inspiration for new weapons and technology and all that stuff, you know. And you know, I'm definitely excited for more of this.
Yeah, like my first game, like hearing everything going on and like seeing like cavalry and all that, which is my favorite thing right now. I kill a lot of people, especially snipers. Yeah, I was definitely doing that in my first game. First game I had was like Rush, so I didn't really get a chance to get. No, I think I did. It's on my YouTube channel. I forgot what the heck it was. I did play with cavalry.
I played Conquest. Oh, it was insanity, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to play that, but my connection was not working with me. So my first game was a Rush. It was still hectic. Like I was sweating and everything. Like I was so hyped.
Dude, I was shaking a little bit. I'm like, oh my god. I was freaking out a little bit. I'm like, whoa, this is, trying to get used to this stuff real quick.
Yeah. Not a fucking aiming system. It reminds me of Battlefield 4, honestly.
It does. It
the
does.
whole, shooting.
Honestly, I enjoy the aiming system of the Battlefield series because it kind of makes you think that because like you really can't spray and play all that much, but you really can't aim and expect us to get a kill, especially with sniping. Sniping is really important thing when it comes to Battlefield because you can't aim straight and still get a kill like 500 feet away from you, 500 yards. You gotta like make sure you aim it right, and the fact that trying to aim in World War One times, it's like, okay, I really can't just like aim down the sights and expect to get like a freaking triple kill. Like I gotta make sure I do this correctly so I'm not like wasting bullets. And the whole with the hitboxes, I like the hitboxes. I didn't find a problem with them. It was just like Battlefield 4. They're strictly fair. You have to aim right. There's no, I'm gonna aim to the side and like put like 4 bullets in you from the side. No, you gotta aim straight up. And I think they kind of improved it, but I'm kind of looking to see if anything. It's like if they changed anything with the aiming system when the next beta test is released.
Yeah, I remember shooting with iron sights for like the longest because I didn't know how to purchase a new weapon with a sight because I didn't know how to get war bonds, and then later I figured out when you level up you get war bonds. I was like, okay. So it took me a few games and then I realized it, and then finally upgraded to the scope, and it was just like so much better. You gotta shoot correctly. You can't spray and play. You can't spray and play. You can't spray and play. Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta aim it perfectly and lead your shots, especially if they're running. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
Dope as fuck.
The whole run and gun system, I definitely love the run and gun because it's like, okay, what do you want to do? You want to run to your target and then you gotta shoot? Because if you want to do that, then you're gonna be shooting all over the place. They're gonna give away your position. And and one thing I enjoy about Battlefield is when you aim at iron sights, I love like how the sights in front of you. It's like the farther away the enemy is, the more blurry it is because like it's not like other shooting games where it's like, hey, I can see a person like all the way across the map away from me. So no, if you want to in Battlefield, especially Battlefield 1, if you want to aim at a guy, it's like across the map, you're not gonna see him. Especially not his head, So so you have to hope that you can aim your shots. And that what separates Battlefield. That's one of the things that separates Battlefield from the other because they, especially after Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline, they try to get the authenticity so precise that I believe Battlefield is for those type of gamers. It's that they want to be able to play the game exactly how it is. Kind of like it's for players who like to put themselves in the characters place and kind of see and play it that way, like hardcore gamers, hardcore FPS who've been playing shooters since like Call of Duty 1 on the PC. I believe that Battlefield 1 is definitely for the hardcore gamer.
Yeah, like, oh man, I'm really curious to see what other scopes they have, what scopes they had in World War One. I'm curious to see what else they got because that once I upgraded to the scope, I was just getting so many like kills. I was so happy.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I think once the full game comes out, I'm very interested to see what scopes they have too because you have to think though, there's no like laser sights, no red dots. You have strictly iron sights or really old school scopes. There's no, you can't really hit fire all that much unless you know what you're doing.
Yep. And like the vehicles in the game, World War One, like I said, ancient, like experimenting shit. Like, oh my god, like big ass tanks, like everything, like tanks, light tanks, fucking jeeps. They even have a war train that has a shitload of weapons on it. Like, dude, what the fuck?
The war train was
so fucking dope.
That was the jewel of all vehicles in Battlefield 1. Just be able to get on that thing and just decimate everything in your path. It's just like, it's amazing. It's like, you know, it's like a focal point if you see it. I definitely enjoy the horses though. Like, be able to go on a horse.
Cavalry, that's my favorite.
Oh, dude, do you ever go on horseback and start slicing people with a sword? It's just like, it's so satisfying. It's, you know, I mean, honestly, I love the tanks, man. I love, cause since I'm a huge military buff, man, and be able to see tanks during that time, see all the vehicles, man, it kind of like, it puts a smile on my face, cause it's like, you see, like, this how vehicles were like during World War One, and it's like, okay, this is how they operated, and the whole thing, and the fact they have trains in the game too. You can use a train to your advantage. Just like, like EA is basically, they're putting you right in the middle of World War One. You know, it's like you're feeling like you're in there. And honestly, I love the Jeeps, man. I love the Jeeps, and like being able to just like just be able to just drive around the map and just taking out people left and right. You know, running people over, man. I definitely love the vehicles. You know, and the fact that, honestly, I'm looking forward to more gameplay because I saw in E3 on the trailer, you can go in aerial fights. I'm excited for that because I love that. You know, I've loved aerial fights like World War One, World War Two. You know, and I'm very interested to see what kind of aircraft they're gonna add in. You know,
because I liked it being in flying in an aircraft. I mean, I'm never gonna fly one because I suck at flying. Maybe in this one it'll be a bit different, but being like the co-gunner or something like that was pretty cool too. It was old school as fuck. It's just like no helicopters, just straight old airplanes, and like when they drop bombs, they drop like grenades that had like incendiaries. Very old school. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, I felt like a true fighter pilot, man, while I was in there, because it was insanity, because it was like, okay, there's no helicopters, no fighter pilots, you know, you're not going like Mach 3, you know, speed of sound, you're like going, you know, you're going with so fast, and to be able to go on like aerial fights in World War One style, that's amazing, dude. Like, I love that, man, because like I love how like when you shoot an aircraft down, I just love how it breaks apart because it's so authentic, and like, you know, it puts a rush in you, it puts like a rush in you. So I'm like, okay, I shot this person down. Who's next? It puts like a really it puts you in the zone, because you know it's not like, okay, I'm gonna shoot this guided rocket at this aircraft. No, you have to aim.
Straight machine guns.
Yeah, you know, you have to aim machine guns and drop payloads. It's like, it's insanity, and like to be able to drop a payload on like a huge, on Conquest, to be able to drop a huge payload on a point and just seeing everybody just die at one time on the old school aircraft. It's like, wow, it's like it just puts you over the edge, man. It's like you start getting to a zone and you start thinking, okay, I'm a fire pilot, I'm trying to get some aces today, you know, and it's just so crazy, and I just love it so much.
Yes, I'm sticking with cavalry, and the heavy tank. Oh my god! Like, how do you have like one tank cannon, right? And then your passengers also have cannons. Like, what? Wow.
Yeah, it's like, how can you fight? Like, how can you fight that? You know, dude, I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing it fire from all directions. I'm like, "Man, screw this, man! I'm getting out of here!" And like, you can't fight that, you know. I think puts fear in the hearts of your enemies, man. It's like, well then, how you gonna fight that, man? And if you know, unless you play the game long enough, you can't. You know, there's no way you can't.
How the fuck did I miss that dude?
It's just fucking hectic. And like in World War One, you know, like if you had like tanks, on one end, of course, they're gonna be overpowered because like it was experimental. They were like doing different kind of technologies to see which one will work in different fucking battlefields, and just pushing up there and just getting stuck, and it's just like a whole shit show. But no one cared because one side was just trying to win. With all these new technologies, just putting shit together. Like, hey, let's make this big ass box.
Exactly.
Have a lot of armor.
Slice the shit out of you.
Just push up. What can that do?
Exactly.
Like, fuck it.
and honestly, for the next beta test, I'm honestly excited to see how experienced players will kind of take vehicles now, because because like they got a feel for the game, they played it for a while. And it's like, okay, it's going like when the next beta test is coming out, it's gonna be more hectic because you're gonna see more vehicles out there because people know how to use them now.
All right, yeah, definitely my favorite role in this is gonna be medic. I'm sticking with medic. I don't care.
I've always been a medic guy myself. Ever since Battlefield 3, I started playing Battlefield 3. I've always been a medic, but I'm always down to explore other roles because I kind of want to have a feel to say, okay, like what else can I do? What else can I explore? But I definitely agree that medic is like one of the most popular roles out there because I don't know because always when it comes to Battlefield, the whole roles because like I thought about this because like I remember when I started playing Battlefield Hardline, and they introduced I forgot the name of it, but you basically kind of like you was like a hacker type of thing. Yeah, the hacker, something like that. They introduced that, and it was like a game changer. And when you apply roles to World War I, it's like it's more it's kind of more simple because here you have the person who's responsible for basically getting kills. You have the person who's supposed to be helping people, healing them. You have like an engineer type guy. You have like a marksman. And when he. Yeah, and I think when the next beta test, I think they may add in more content. I'm definitely going to explore all the roles and see if any other role will kind of change me for being a main medic.
Yeah, I see how both our roles are medic, but you got the assault class, you got the support class. What that is giving ammo to your squad, and then assault class, he's just the guy, just the grunt, like, hey, you weapon specialist, close quarters, I'm gonna help you out. And then you got your scout class, which I still fucking hate with passion. And then you got the pilot or tanker. Were they inside the beta? I don't remember because I think I recall only 4.
Yeah, I can't remember at the moment. But honestly, when I saw the class, if you remember a game called Brink, like remember that, classes were just like that, and I kind of took it as that when I used to play Brink back a few years ago. And honestly, I believe that like a lot of like shooter games that have roles should be simple like that. You have a like you said, assault class. Basically person who's going to be just going out getting kills. You have the medic who's going to be saving people. You have support class who's going to be basically making sure everyone's stocked up on on equipment. I mean, honestly, with the whole scout, I love sniping. I was trying to get the hang of the sights on the sniper rifles in doing a beta. I was really trying to because it's always tricky at first when you start playing. It's always tricky, and so it took me a while. But I like the scout class, and hopefully they release more content on the next beta test, so we can see kind of like what else they got to offer.
Yep. And I'd say the 2 game types that they had a rush and conquest. Of course, I prefer conquest no matter what. But rush is still also intense as fuck, even if it's 12 on 12. Because my first game, seeing my YouTube video, I was like hyped and sweating, and it was just so much crazy shit going on, and it was just like, what the hell? It was just all hectic. But conquest is golden. Like, it is intense as fuck, especially if you got a squad of people who actually know what the hell they're doing, and you're just pushing up on objectives and going back and forth and holding certain objectives, and you got a squad, you're gonna dominate on there. Well, hopefully, If you're actually playing on a team that don't have like bots, because I hate that shit.
Yeah,
so
man, I don't like it either. I remember my first Conquest game. I came in the middle. I got in the middle of it, and I got into the game, and it was like pandemonium. It just like everything just went to shit, and it was like, okay. My first thought is, okay, what do I do? Where do I go? You know, I swear, like I didn't get to play Rush because I was just in love with Conquest, because like the map is. God, it's so big, dude. It reminded me of Star Wars Battlefront. It reminded me like that, and it was like, it was just like you can like, you don't even have to fight, because I remember one time, I got to a high place and I just sat there. And I looked at all the fights, and I looked at it. I'm like. And I thought to myself, like, God damn, was this what War was like this? Jesus Christ, you know. And I love to do that sometimes, man. Especially like a huge map, man. Because as Sinai Desert is always my favorite map, because not only that the whole map is huge, but when you have like small dust winds come through, you know that kind of plays with your environment. And like especially like around the mountains, I would just sit there and just watch gameplay and just be amazed that like, wow, like this is a good idea how World War I used to be, you know. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting about it. And I hope that I hope they add more modes. I truly do, because I love Conquest. I didn't get to play Rush, and I'm sad I didn't, because I heard so many good things about it. Like, it was just ridiculous. So hopefully they'll add more modes, because I'm definitely interested on what else, you know, see if there's any new modes that Battlefield added in. You know, very interested to see what, you know, like I wanted to be any modes that's gonna be tied to World War One.
Shit, man, know? Trench warfare. Like, even if it's something like similar to Rush, still 64 players, but there's one side that has objective that you can take over, and then pushes them back in their their fucking like HQ.
Yeah,
like that will be fucking dope as shit. Like, I can see how hectic that can get, and all these trenches and shit, and you're trying to push to the other side, and you got the fucking dead zone and all that other shit.
Yeah,
like, bruh.
Oh, dude, I couldn't even imagine doing that, man. Cause honestly, man, I'll be scared a little bit, man. Being in trenches, man. You know, like knowing that if you go out too early, you're gonna die. You know, and I bet, cause like I remember like watching like Saving Private Ryan, something like that. That's freaking insane, because like being in trenches and you're thinking, okay, what do we do to get to this point? And you're just thinking in your head, so, okay. There's a ton of people on the enemy side, and if I do this wrong, we're all gonna die. And it's like, you know, and you get nervous, man, because you know it definitely kind of puts like puts emphasis on teamwork. You know, it's like, okay, we're gonna need these people. That's what I think for Battlefield period. I think Battlefield. I think there's nothing wrong with solo queuing on Battlefield, but it's much more enjoyable, and you get much more out of the game if you play with a whole squad, because it's like, okay, you know, we need to think of this, we need to think of that, like in Conquest, like in Conquest, like in Battlefield 3, it used to be like 4 points. You know, while we played Tonight Desert in Battlefield 1, there was like points A through G, and it was like, fuck, who goes where and who does what, and it's, you know, and it's like everybody can't go on one side, but no one wants to be alone, so it's like you gotta play with a squad. And like I said, I'm very interested to see what new content the next Battlefield test is going to put in, because it's like that the game was just so hype, man. I just enjoyed it playing it.
Hell yeah. I'm fucking, especially the bayonet charges. Like, I don't know a game that had a fucking bayonet charge like that ever. Like, running and screaming at a fucking person, oh man, it's fucking crazy.
I was screaming along with him. I couldn't help myself. Like,
I did that a few times.
Oh, dude, it's just so funny, though, because like, when he did it, I'm like, wait, what? Are we charging? Why are we doing this? And after that, it became my favorite part. I just love doing that, though, because like it's like, okay, it's like it kind of like just gets you so hyped, and you just so focused on the match, you know. And honestly, if Battlefield ever goes like esports wise, I honestly want to see how people will react to that. Like, I want to see reactions to that. You know, I want to see how I want to play with a whole squad, and we're all just trying to start screaming during that time. You know, and it's just like I just want that. I just need more of that.
Yep, and your squad will consist of 5 people. And maybe though, I would think they would probably. I would hope they would maybe extend to like maybe 6 or 8 people. Just because it makes sense, 64 players, you know, making it like an even number. So, but
yeah,
whatever. My like craziest game experience was definitely me and my buddies on the Xbox. You know, fucking Quinibus, fucking all these dudes I play with on the Xbox. We had a tank, the heavy tank, and we went around like taking Bravo, Charlie, back and forth in this fucking tank, and we were just like destroying people.
Wow.
And Alpha as well. We were just going back and forth. Like, the tank was full of people, and we were going around in the cannon, just messing dudes up for like a good, I would say 20 minutes. Like, but we still fucking lost the match because it was just us that were like coordinating things. Like, our objectives were, because I was squad leader and I like to keep shit organized. It's like, yo, we're gonna keep going back from Bravo to Charlie, and also go to Alpha. Just because everyone else is doing whatever, we're just gonna hold these. Sure as hell did that shit. We held, like, we were the top squad, but we still fucking lost. But it was so fucking hectic because you had other people inside tanks trying to take us out, and I was trying to repair it while my my buddies are trying to fucking repair me at the same time. I mean, shoot them, and I was like repairing. It was just fucking hectic as shit. It was so. I think I have it on Twitch. I think I don't know. I think that's a video I lost because I forgot to hit save on my Twitch for like past broadcasts. So I was so mad when I lost that. It was so crazy. I was so fucking hyped. We were all hyped about it, like going back and forth. Oh my god! Especially even the cavalry. So I have so much good footage in that, just going around knifing people, even one arm shooting them off from the horse. Like, so
you got the Steam community.
Dude, like I love going on cavalry. I love being on horseback. I just, you know, if I'm on like God, I've got the country's flag. I've got the country's name on the flag. But if I have like a scimitar or something like that, you know, I was going around just chopping people in half and chopping, like, it was like
Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, out of an empire. It was like I got so giddy one time. I was just like going around chopping people left and right. It was like and I remember like playing. I think like one map, I forgot what it's called, and I was traversing through the map, and I'm hearing explosions all around me, and I'm like, I got paranoid one time. I'm like, crap, what do I do? I'm by myself. I hate, like, in Battlefield, like, being by yourself is like, you know, you just want to die. And in the map was so huge in Conquest, it was like, you know, you really can't, you just can't be off guard. And I remember I was walking, and all of a sudden I looked towards my right, and I saw like 3 enemies. They saw me, and I hauled ass, and it was like I was scared shitless. And it was like they would chase me for a good long time. I think I got one of them with a lucky grenade. I got one of them with a grenade, and I was lucky enough to get back to my team, and we just straight decimated them. And honestly, man, like, I solo queue for majority of the thing because my schedule is kind of weird towards my friends. And I mean, I just enjoyed Battlefield the whole time, man. It was different. It was back into old times, but it felt new to me, you know. And like, I'm definitely getting this game. I have to get this game. You know, I just have to get it because I want to see how the campaign's gonna be. Like, because it's in World War I, the campaign is gonna be the most hype thing to me, because to be able to, like, you know, like, see historical figures and all that, man, if they're gonna be added in there, it's gonna be just insane. It's gonna be like Assassin's Creed.
Any other snipers up here?
That'd be fucking awesome. Like, I wonder if it's like a story where you get to choose nation, maybe which nation you play with, and then go through it, or is it gonna be switching between fucking nation? And that, I'm just fucking curious about that.
I don't know, because in the past Battlefields, you know, they only had you on one side. But if they added like different, like, you know, stories that, hey, you know, you're playing on you're playing on like in Europe, or you're playing the Ottoman Empire, or you're playing for this and that. That'll be definitely new because I think if they did it that way, it will definitely kind of like bring attention to, hey, this is how different countries during this time, this is how they planned attack, this is how they came about, this is how they operated from day-to-day basis, and it'll be a great history lesson
was
too.
That?
Definitely.
Yo,
And the customization for the game, it wasn't too in depth. Besides you getting war bonds every time you level up in the game, and you're able to buy new weapons, and with also your gadgets as well, you were able to get new gadgets. But when it came to like customizing your weapon, it was locked because it's in the open beta stage. So I'm really curious if you can customize like your own scopes, ammunition, and ammo type. Like custom paint jobs possibly on your rifles and whatnot. Maybe like blood stocks and things like that. Like, how is it gonna work? I'm real curious about that. But changing your gadgets, it was pretty cool as well. But I can't wait to see what they have. Maybe it's gonna be in beta phase 2. Maybe.
Hopefully, because honestly, what I wish still would have is like being able to engrave like your weapons, like to engrave your rifle or something like that. Because I remember like back in the day, a lot of soldiers used to customize their rifles. They put like special messages or like put like the name of their infantry or something like that. And I think if he introduced paint jobs, I think it'd be very limited. It'd be like armor fatigues or like solid colors or like different like country flags as the paint job. I think customization won't be too in depth like compared to Battlefield Hardline because they're going back to the past. I think it'll be like very straightforward. Very straightforward with trying to keep up with the whole historical background. So I mean, like the whole engraving thing. I mean, I hope they kind of add something like that in where you can add, you can add something like that. As far as customization go, like I hope that you can like customize like aircraft. Like to be able to like here, like if you have this aircraft, you can do this and do that. But I think that'll probably come along later because because like customization. Like what I was saying, I think Battlefield 1 beta prides itself on being authentic. So I think that as far as customization goes, I think the add customization in the beta test 2, I think that they will add very straightforward and real authentic customization options, but it won't be like Call of Duty. It won't be like that. It'll probably be like real limited but very straightforward.
Yep, that's it for the gameplay portion. I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts, just because I don't know how long we've been talking for, but I think it has been past 30 minutes. So, yeah, stand by for the graphics and the nerdic portion here. So, thanks for watching this portion of this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Where can they find you at, Shazam? Where can they find you?
They can find me at Shazam_Sway. I'm always on Twitter, so you can always hit me up at any time.
Dope. And you know where you can find me. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Tumblr, Nerd Delegation. You search it up on Google, it'll come up. Also, check out my sponsors. The links will be down below. I'll be doing reviews on GamerSupps and BLUvos for their products. I'll be doing reviews on their stuff. And if you want to purchase anything from them, use my links down below. And you can get 10% off for BLUvos Energy or even their swag like snapbacks and whatnot. Same thing goes for GamerSupps, but it's 5% off. All that information will be down below. But don't forget to check out ZFG Nation at ZFGNation.com. Check out Justin Red on Twitch at Justin Red. His link will be down below. Check out 370Z as well. All these people, cool ass people. Check out Drinking Bros, Nerds as well. On Facebook. Check them all out. All the information will be down below. Also, don't forget to check out, if you like tech, check out Magic Tech Review. He's a cool ass dude, and he does his YouTube channel for his autistic son.
I got someone to come with me.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Stand by for part 2. And Nerd on.
Behind you, right in front of you. Oh shit! Get up, he's behind you.